Live from the Ball State News Center, this is NewsLink Indiana in high definition.
Good evening and welcome to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Tony Sandlaven.
And I'm Rebecca Brumfield. Tonight we have developing news from Ball State's women volleyball team. NewsLink sports anchor Josh Shelton is here to tell us more. Josh, good evening.
Good evening. Legendary volleyball coach Steve Shondell announced his retirement yesterday after over 1,000 wins and multiple championships at the high school and collegiate levels. This morning he gave his first on-camera interview talking about his decision to walk away.
I thought about this for a long time, and I just felt like I was kind of suffering through battle fatigue. I've been doing this for 40 years, coaching 30, 40 matches a year, and I was just kind of ready to be done with competing. And as a coach and as a competitor, you're in tough matches every time you step on the court. And as much as I love that, I was just kind of ready to take a step back and let a young coach come in and take over this young team. It's kind of a new beginning for our program.
That was just part of an exclusive interview done with Shondell earlier on today. We'll play much more of that conversation in Sports Tonight, where you'll hear him talk about the decision and reflect on an outstanding career.
It's a very compelling story, Josh. We're looking forward to it. Thank you. State highway officials say the Indiana 37 corridor from Martinsville to Indianapolis has been chosen for the final extension of I-69. Indiana Department of Transportation Commissioner Brandy Hendrickson says using State Road 37 for the extension is the logical choice. The highway was one of 5 routes under consideration for the stretch of the interstate connecting Evansville to Indianapolis. The extension will cause about 280 residences and nearly 100 businesses to relocate between the two cities. The exact route still has to be designed.
Indiana highway officials have rejected the $1.4 million bill from the construction company that repaired an I-65 bridge that faced a month-long closure last summer. Walsh Construction Company submitted the payment request for their work on the bridge near Lafayette around after the time the bridge faced imminent collapse due to pile driving work, which sunk the bridge several inches. Last year, the state made an $83 million highway widening deal with Walsh Construction. State Highway Department spokesman Will Wingfield said the company was responsible for designing the highway widening project and didn't demonstrate why it should be paid more money.
The deadline to register to vote in Indiana's primary election is this coming Monday, April 4th. NewsLink Indiana's Cameron Riddle is live in our newsroom with details on how to register. Cameron?
Hey, Tony, good evening. It is extremely simple and easy to vote. We're going to demonstrate just how easy it is to do. I just found out 2 weeks ago that you can vote online. You might have saw this on Facebook, links and ways to get you to register to vote online. While we're doing this live report, I'm going to demonstrate online, but I've got Jackie and Camille here. They've just started registering to vote on one of these papers. It's one sheet. It takes you 2-3 minutes tops to fill out. We'll check on them in a moment to see how they're doing with filling out their voter registration. This applies to everyone in all of Indiana. You can go to any of the 92 county clerk's offices, mail this in, or go inside, pick one of these up and fill one of these out, and they'll submit it for you. Or now you can go online, courtesy of the Secretary of State's office. You go to indianavoters.com. You'll want to click on Submit a Voter Registration Application Online. It's going to go through, ask you a series of questions, the exact same questions that you'll be asked on the hard paper copy. Are you going to be are you a U.S. citizen, or will you be 18 by the election? Have you lived in your precinct for the past 30 days? Are you currently in prison? If you're out here, probably not. So you'll click that. You're going to put in your driver's license information. It's going to ask you a few more questions about where it is, where you live, and where you're from. You'll submit that, and it's going to take you through the motions. It should only take you a few moments. You will need your driver's license or state-issued ID. You're going to need the number off there to either put it in on the hard paper copy or on the website at indianavoters.com. So simple. The deadline to do this is this coming Monday, April 4th. Register by that date, and you can then vote in the May primary on the first Tuesday in May. So if you're wanting to vote for Donald Trump or Ted Cruz or Hillary Clinton or Bernie Sanders or the governor race, Mike Pence and John Gregg, you've got to do it by Monday at midnight or at the time your county clerk's office closed. Here in Delaware County, that's going to be 4:30. 11:30. You want to check your county clerk's website for those times and details. Ladies, how you doing on those voter registration forms? Almost done? She's almost done. So what, in under 3 minutes, you can be registered to vote. And again, the details and how to do that are at indianavoters.com. Reporting live in the newsroom, I'm Cameron Riddle, NewsLink, Indiana.
Donald Trump is defending his man. His top aide, Corey Lewandowski, was arrested on simple battery charges, questioning once again surrounding the GOP frontrunners campaign. A video was released apparently showing Lewandowski grabbing the arm of a reporter as she was trying to ask Trump a question. When asked about the incident today, Trump was quick to defend him.
I think it says nothing about the campaign. I think if you look at it, he was trying to block her. That's the way I would view it. And she's grabbing me and asking questions. She's not even supposed to ask questions. You know, the press conference lasted for a long time, like 45 minutes. And I was leaving, and she runs up, and you can see, in fact, there are pictures where I could show you some. I actually have some in the other room. But there are pictures where she's grabbing my arm, and I'm going like this, trying to get her off. I think it's a disgrace that something like that could take place, and I'm shocked by it, and I'll stick by people. And I know it's probably not even politically good for me to do, but when somebody is maligned so unfairly as that, I will stick by it.
Well, today was an absolutely gorgeous day outside. Very nice weather. Hopefully it'll continue. Forecaster Nick Fauser is here to tell us more about the upcoming forecast.
Tony, the weather today was beautiful. Actually, went out and went longboarding. It was a beautiful day. A little bit cooler outside with those temperatures in the mid-50s. And, well, as you can see now, temperatures are starting to drop. 45 is the current temperature. Clear skies, and it's coming out of the east with those winds at around 6 miles per hour. And it's going to be feeling like 42 because of those winds. Now, take a look at the last 14 hours. Sunny, a little bit of traffic, but for the most part, some beautiful temperatures. We're going to continue to be seeing this. So coming up later on, I'll let you know exactly what you can see, along with the thunderstorm threat, and a cool trend is on the way. Coming up later on. Guys?
All right, thanks, Nick. Coming up, why are Indiana state authorities investigating the state's largest beer distributor?
And how did the FBI crack the code on the San Bernardino attack iPhone? All this and more when we return.
Doesn't see race. Love is love.
So I've come up with a family emergency plan.
Great. What is it?
It's difficult to talk about, so I'm not telling you.
How will we know what to do?
You won't.
I'm so glad I won't have to remember anything.
And me too. Thanks for this, sweetie.
Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Visit ready.gov/kids for tips and information.
So, I just moved in with his family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
The Supreme Court announced today that it was evenly divided in a case concerning the public sector unions. The even split affirms the lower court decision in organized unions' favor, meaning they will continue to charge fees to non-union members. This case is likely reflective of the impact Justice Antonin Scalia's death had on pending cases. The Supreme Court seemed ready to rule against a nearly 40-year-old precedent at oral arguments, which would have dealt a major blow to unions. However, with Scalia's death, there were no longer 5 justices available to do so, thus resulting in the 4-4 tie. And with Europe on edge after a terrorist attack in Brussels and families mourning after a suicide bombing in Pakistan, news of a major jet being hijacked in the skies over Egypt was cause for alarm. But as the facts began to unravel, this plot seemed to be less of an extremist attack and more of a relationship problem. Reed Binion reports.
An Egypt Air flight landed in Cyprus Tuesday after being hijacked and diverted. Egypt Air flight MS-181 was en route from the Egyptian city of Alexandria to the capital, Cairo. Egypt Air's vice chairman told CNN the plane landed after reports of a passenger who claimed to be armed with an explosive belt.
We got a call into our operations room from the captain that he has the information about one person who's claiming to have an explosive belt, and asked to divert the airplane to Istanbul or anywhere else in Europe.
The plane was diverted to Larnaca Airport in Cyprus, where negotiations with the hijacker resulted in the release of most of the plane's passengers. The hijacker's motive wasn't immediately clear. A spokesman for the Cyprus Ministry of Transport said the hijacking was not related to terrorism, but was instead related to an issue the suspect had with his ex-wife.
He was talking about having maybe a Cyprus wife that he wanted to talk to.
I'm Reed Binion reporting.
The Department of Justice announced the FBI successfully accessed the iPhone of Syed Farook, one of the shooters from the San Bernardino attacks. DOJ spokeswoman Melanie Newman said in a statement that the FBI retrieved the data stored in the iPhone and no longer needed the assistance from Apple that it was trying to get through a court order. The Justice Department is now dropping the case against Apple since a third party was able to successfully access the phone. Apple released a statement in response, reiterating their stance on the issue, saying the FBI's actions have, quote, set a dangerous precedent. With the new information from the iPhone, the FBI is now continuing its investigation into the shooting that killed 14 people back in December. State authorities are investigating Indiana's largest beer distributor. Accusations came out that Monarch Beverages has been funneling more than $1.5 million in campaign contributions to elected state officials. The Indianapolis Star reports that a special prosecutor was appointed to investigate claims that Monarch used a smaller-owned business to get around a $22,000 campaign finance limit by making donations through a small limited liability company. Monarch in the past had tried unsuccessfully to change state law to allow them to distribute liquor. The House Republican Campaign Committee received more than $200,000 from Vision Concepts, while the Indiana Republican Party received more than $100,000, and Governor Mike Pence received more than $84,000.
A financial report of Delaware County shows that thousands of dollars in highway funds go unspent each year. The county's Economic Development Income Tax, or EDIT, shows there is over $1 million in revenue this year not being used. The EDIT revenue is expected to grow 4 times by 2018. This news comes about a week after a council meeting where officials argued over whether or not to invest $12 million in county funds. County Commissioner James Kings says the funds could be used to pave roads and improve businesses. And coming up next, a little unexpected rain is in your forecast.
Your full weather forecast is coming up next. Stay tuned.
Can you help me with this? My new dad teaches me all kinds of stuff.
Sure.
He helps me with homework.
That would be 3.6795.
Thanks.
Yep.
He helps me with my decision making.
I wouldn't use this one. Ever.
And he's even teaching me how to drive.
And that's why cars have bumpers.
I'm learning so much.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
They're coming. Places, everybody.
Light check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Everything looks good on our end.
And lights.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Don't wait. Communicate. Make your emergency plan today.
Of all the things you've done with your bike, donating it to Goodwill may be the most incredible of all. Your donations help fund job placement and training for people in your community, which means your stuff can be more powerful than you think. Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
You know, Tony, I got up at 7 a.m. this morning and left the house about a half hour later, and I needed my winter coat at that point. It was kind of chilly, not too bad, but by noon it was beautiful weather. Just
absolutely beautiful weather. Ended up feeling like it was in the 50s. Awesome day outside. Nick Vowser is here with your full weather forecast. What do we got, Nick? Is it going to stay?
Well, it's definitely going to be going out throughout the next couple of days. It's going to be changing. I mean, you can even see what the temperature is right now. We had 55 as a high temperature today, which was especially around 3, 4 o'clock. But yeah, this morning it was a low of 31, especially around 7, 8 o'clock this morning. So we're well on average with 55 being the high and 35 being the low. We set a record back in 1998 with 80 degrees and 24 degrees last year for your low temperature. Take a look around the states. 44 in Denver, 63 in Kansas City, Minneapolis. You're looking at 56 degrees now. If we go ahead and pull right on into the state of Indiana, we have 45 as our current temperature here in Muncie, 49 in Indianapolis. Bloomington, you're looking at 50 degrees, 47 in Lafayette for your current temperatures. Now our highs today, we almost reached 60 with 59 in Terre Haute, 59 in Bloomington, and 59 in Shelbyville. Muncie, you're around 55 degrees, and Fort Wayne, you were looking at 56 degrees. Precision cast, you can see we're going to start to see this low pressure roll right on in between the hours of around maybe 12 to 3 o'clock in the evening, and it's going to continue to push on through. Now by 2 a.m. we could definitely start to see some pop-up showers, maybe a rumble of thunder, and this will continue to pass on through. But you don't have to worry about that tonight, folks, because it will be 40 degrees for your low temperature. Clear skies. Good night to go out, maybe look at some stars with your significant other. Winds will be coming out of the east, southeast around 8 miles per hour. Now tomorrow, different story. Winds are going to be coming out of the south around 20 miles per hour, but it will be a high of 68 degrees, mostly sunny skies. Now, that 7-day outlook, Thursday, expect some showers, maybe a rumble of thunder, 74 degrees. Friday, 55 degrees. You can see some rain, but Saturday it's going to start to get a little bit cooler. Cloudy skies are going to be likely. Sunday it's going to be 54 degrees. We're going to slowly start to see a warming trend, especially on Monday and Tuesday. And hey, Tuesday, I love sun. Sun's going to be out. It's going to 57 degrees, so we're going to really be seeing some warmer temperatures these next couple days, and then unfortunately maybe a chance of thunderstorms on Thursday.
Yeah, well, at least tonight's a good night for a date night, clearly.
Absolutely, yeah. But you do want to bundle up though, especially with those winds. It's going to be feeling a little bit cooler outside, so definitely need to bundle up. Get your
for sure. Hopefully that rain won't try to ruin any future plans coming up here later on in the week. Thank you very much, Nick. Coming up in sports, the exclusive in-depth interview with Coach Shondell.
And the results of Ball State's baseball game versus in-state foe Valparaiso.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know wherever you are.
Cook foods to the right temperature using a food thermometer. 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
You wanted to be a teacher when you were little, but things changed. Teaching didn't seem that cool anymore, so you decided to become something else. But what would your 12-year-old self say? Amazing things are happening in teaching, so it's time to put it back on your list. Don't try to convince yourself otherwise. You had it right the first time.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Josh Shelton with sports. And just as we promised you earlier on in the show, we are now going to play for you Peter Hood's interview with the newly retired Steve Shondell. Here's Shondell talking about what led him to his decision.
Well, I started thinking about it approximately 8 weeks ago and thought long and hard about it for the past 8 weeks and wavered back and forth almost on the hour. And finally kind of came to the conclusion when I went on vacation and just had trouble sleeping on vacation. I just felt like I needed to step away from, quote, the heat of battle, and came back and met with our athletic director, Mark Sandy, and Karen Lee, and kind of went back and forth with them for a few days, but just finally decided it was the right thing to do, and toughest decision I've ever had to make. It wasn't easy. Just loved the team, a good young team that's going to be really strong down the road, and enjoyed going to practice every day with those girls, and definitely going to miss them, but I just felt it was the right thing to do, and so I did it.
What kind of things did you tell the girls?
I just told them that you know, I'd thought about this for a long time, and you know, I just felt like I was kind of suffering through battle fatigue. You know, I've been doing this for 40 years, coaching 30, 40 matches a year, and I was just kind of ready to be done with competing. And you know, as a coach and as a competitor, you're in tough matches every time you step on the court, and as much as I love that, I was just kind of ready to take a step back and let a young coach come in and take over this young team. It's kind of a new beginning for our program. You know, we lost the 6 seniors last year, and that was a great group for me to go out with. Love that group, and I just felt like it's a new beginning for Ball State volleyball, and it'll be good opportunity for a new coach to come in and take these young birdies under his or her wing and let them blossom.
So many accolades we could talk about, numerous Hall of Fames, over 1,000 wins, 21 state championships at Muncie Burris, of course an NCAA tournament appearance here, and it goes on. When you look back, though, on your career, what would you say that you're most proud of?
Just the relationships I've established with my players and my assistant coaches. You know, that's what coaching's all about, helping your athletes become all they can be, but the relationships that you establish with them, you know, they endure for a lifetime, and that's the beauty of coaching. You know, you're coaching young kids; they keep you young, and you remain connected with them for the rest of your life. And I've been so fortunate that I've been a coach because I've been able to coach hundreds and hundreds of female athletes, and I can honestly say I've enjoyed every minute.
Shondell says he hasn't been feeling well over the last few months, and the first thing he intends on doing is getting healthy. After that's taken care of, he says he intends to come back and coach at the youth level. The Cardinals baseball team traveled to Valparaiso University to take on the Crusaders today for a 1-game series. Ball State's Brendan Burns started today, but only lasted 3 innings as Valparaiso came out hot, scoring on a wild pitch in the first inning. Evan Corson would come in to replace Burns in the bottom of the 4th and was awarded the win even after giving up another run during his 4 innings of pitching. Corson can thank teammate Sean Kennedy for his 2-run blast in the 6th inning, tying the game at 2 apiece. Then Jarrett Reinfleisch singled in the go-ahead run in the 7th, and the Cardinals would hang on to the lead, improving their record to 15-11. The baseball team's next game is Friday, where they will take on conference foe Ohio here in Muncie. The Cardinals, they're second in the MAC West, but conference games are starting to pick up, and I'd look for them to shoot in the first place here.
Very good. After a memorable career, both on stage and on screen, find out which award-winning actress passed away this morning.
And has Burger King created their spiciest burger yet? Jackie Miller has the full story when NewsLink Entertainment comes after the break.
You got a king?
Go fish!
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
Sure, I look cute now, but when my owner lost his job, it was rough. I was living on the street, and one night, me and this Cocker Spaniel got into it so bad, I wound up looking like an ice cream cone. I cried a little bit, but thankfully I got rescued, so I'm running, I'm jumping, all back to my old self, and I'm ready to give unconditional love, even if you put a lampshade on my head.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. Consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it. It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Back to NewsLink in Indiana, I'm Jackie Miller with your entertainment news. Oscar-winning actress Patty Duke died at the age of 69. The actress passed this morning of sepsis from a ruptured intestine, according to her agency. Duke portrayed a young, deaf and blind Helen Keller on Broadway and then again in the 1962 film version of The Miracle Worker. Duke also starred in her own sitcom, The Patty Duke Show, before being diagnosed with bipolar disorder and becoming a mental health advocate. Following her death, her son launched a campaign to start the Patty Duke Mental Health Initiative. Students from the College of Fine Arts and the Department of Theater and Dance will perform the popular Broadway musical Hairspray. The story, set in the 1960s, follows Tracy Turnblad and her dream to dance on the Corny Collins Show. Tracy makes some unexpected friends and learns some unexpected lessons about acceptance and equality. The show will be in the University Theater this Friday at 7:30 p.m. Tickets are $18 for the general public, $14 for students, and can be purchased at the University Theater box office. Last October, Burger King introduced their Halloween Whopper, a new twist on a classic favorite. The bun had A1 steak sauce baked into it, making it black in color. But Burger King's colorful burgers didn't stop there. The fast food chain announced their new Angriest Whopper. The sandwich is bright red in color because of the hot sauce that is baked into the bun. But that's not all the spicy burger has to offer. The sandwich is topped with flaming onion petals, spicy angry sauce, and jalapeno peppers. The Angriest Whopper will be released on March 31st. That's all for your entertainment news. Back to you at the desk.
All right, thank you very much, Jackie. Let's have one final look at weather.
Yes, and what we're going to be seeing tomorrow is some nice but yet windy conditions. 68 degrees will be your high temperature. Thursday, we can expect a rumble of thunder with a high of 74 degrees. And then those temperatures are going to start to slip by Saturday, with 52 being your high temperature and cloudy skies. But then it will go right back up on Tuesday with 57 degrees for your high temperature.
All right, looking forward to those increasing temperatures. Hopefully a nice warm front coming our way.
Heck yeah.
That's all tonight for NewsLink Indiana. Be sure to watch tomorrow night at 9 p.m. right here on Cardinal Vision.
And be sure to like us on Facebook, and also go ahead and follow us on Twitter while you're at it. Have a good night.